Yeah,
it's only two.
Two. There we are.
Well, they might sell you one.
Well, might buy it.
They're ever so good.
You know Gabby and Ruby? I used to live in. Oh right, yeah. Gabby and Ruby. My husband? Yeah.
Raising money, just holiday. And how far is it? This is 20 minutes away.
Firstly, thank you all for coming. It's great fun to have you here, and it's really been a pleasure for Sally and me. One thing, I don't know how many of you know, and this is a wee little history lesson, but of course the house was built for the canal, although the canal came through here in 1800, and then this house wasn't built till 1860. So why was that? Well, it wasn't. It was a toll house, and it was in the 1860s that the Corporation of London wanted to raise money for building the embankment at Westminster, and so they decided on reenacting an old act which had come in after the fire of London, that any cargoes coming into London had to pay dues, and so they reenacted this act in 1860s and built this house, built by the Corporation of London, for the collector of coal dues. So every time you bring Pride down, Mike, I'm going to charge you for a little tax on this. Or perhaps we should do it the other way round. Any other boats we could collect for the Rickmansworth Waterways Trust. Then that would be the answer, wouldn't it? That's the story of it. The tax collector didn't actually do terribly well because, of course, by this time the trains were taking a lot of the cargoes into London, and he only raised it was a few £100 in the first, second and third year. So they gave him the sack, or I'm sorry, they paid him off with a year's salary and gave him £25 for setting out the garden. There we are. Because it was built by the Corporation of London, and we've got the original plans from the archives there, and I think the architect probably was thinking of town houses in the city, didn't realise that he was building a townhouse right out in the middle of the sticks, so to speak. After 3 years, it cost about £800 to build. Because he'd been pushed out, they sold the house to Lord Ebury. Really to talk about the Rickmansworth Waterways Trust, which again I held dearly in my heart, and we're very keen that it should flourish and flower. Thank all of you for all that you do for it, and ask you to help us to continue this. Fabian, come and tell us about.
Give us the word.
Firstly, Brian and Sally, thank you very much for allowing us to come to this historic house. And actually, what a great event. The point here is to allow members of all the little groups that do so much for RWT, those who do the boating, learning at the lock, those who look after the canal centre, those who look after the Roger and the festival team, who don't usually get the chance to meet and just have a glass together. So Sally's idea was that it'd be a good thing to do, and here we all are, well, some of us anyway, and thank you for coming and take the opportunity. Just meet and talk and enjoy the whole of what we do. Thank you for all that support. It's really important to us. It helps us produce the terrific output that we do. Our operation is doing much less than we do with much more ownership, let me tell you. So thank you for all that you do. A couple of bits of news. Joanna agreed to become the volunteer coordinator for the Canal Centre and the Batchworth stuff. Joanna is here. Meet her, talk with her. She'd like to get to know the folk that she's about to
Where is she?
And Joanna, if you can help us to populate that and make sure it works as a front door for the Trust and the work that we do, you have done well, and thank you for taking it on. Richard Morrill still is producing stuff for us, and he sent me today a leaflet by which we can order RWT stuff with our badge on it. He has got all the outstanding, terrific graphic work that Paul Rusak has done over the last couple of years, and is ready to put it onto shirts, leaflets, plastic bags. So we've now got a leaflet. We've got some stuff under the green gazebo which is keeping the rain off. Feel free to order RWT branded stuff.
There's bread and cheese and grapes, but that's all. And then there's coffee and tea at a later stage.
You're not doing the roast dinner, Sally?
Sorry, roast dinner for... Anyway, it's lovely to see you all here, and so enjoy the rest of the evening.